Hi Taurus, it's CJ. How are you doing? I hope really good. This reading is going to be for those of you that are in a couple relationship. Those that are of you that are, in a relationship that's more of a committed relationship. Doesn't necessarily have to be in marriage, but obviously where you are in a partnership, whether it's been for a week or 10 years, but you're not single. You're not looking for love. You're just coming here to get a little bit of insight or perhaps even advice on your relationship and where it is so far. It's going to be for February 2022. Probably we will go into March a little bit. Time is fluid. It isn't going to resonate with everyone out there, but hopefully it will have a meaning in here for the majority of you guys. As well as, this could also, Taurus, be for a cross-watcher. Someone might be interested in seeing how you are feeling about your relationship with them. So it's open to all, especially if you have Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But anywhere you have a Taurus placement, it can definitely have a message in here from Spirit for you. So I think we should just probably get started here. I'm going to be doing a 5-card spread, but first I'm going to open up with pulling a couple of oracles, and then we'll dive into the deep of it, okay? So let's begin. All right, Spirit. And by the way, thank you so much for all the support, the likes, the subs, and the comments. Your support on my channel it means so much to me, so thank you so much. All right, Spirit, let's get started for our gorgeous Taurus. Those of them that are in a committed relationship. For February 2022, please. All right, Taurus, February 2022. Let your friends help you. Ask for support and accept support from others. Okay, Taurus, we'll start with that. Bottom of the deck does say release your ex, so I'm not sure if some of you have someone from your past that may be still in your present. Not sure. But first of all, the card that came out from the Romance Angels is ask for a little bit of help here. Ask for a little bit of guidance in whatever this is relating to. This could be even as simple of, I'm just getting this, for some of you Tauruses, perhaps you have kids and you haven't been able to have a date night together for a long time. Maybe you just need to ask for someone to watch your kids for a couple of hours so that you can get reconnected with your partner. Like I said, that's not going to be for everyone, but we'll see. Let's just keep going. All right, Spirit, what do we have out of the Wisdom of Oracle deck? And Taurus, if you're new to my channel, I've been kind of saying this every time I've been using these cards. They're beautiful, but they're relatively new. So the deck and myself, I love this deck, but I am still learning. So I will read from the book as there are 3 separate messages per card. And I just want to make sure that I am, not missing anything. Obviously I get energy from Spirit and I get intuition that I'm picking up from, but I do want to actually give you the whole meaning of whatever card Spirit has for you. Okay, let's continue. Ooh, okay. Go the distance, and this one wanted to come out too, and clean it up. So you got 2 cards. All right, wow. Okay, well, let's talk about this quickly, and then I'll start getting into the 5-card spread. Go the distance. Okay, so this feels like you really kind of need to be putting all the energy into this relationship, if you want this relationship to continue. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I want to see what the cards are, but go the distance is definitely giving me the energy of do whatever it kind of takes to see if you can kind of get the relationship back on track if it has been off track. The other card is clean it up. So those 2 cards are kind of going quite well together, right? Really looking at things that maybe haven't been working for both you and your partner, maybe trying to figure out different ways of doing things. When I said, for example, if you had kids, and not everyone has kids out there, but if you haven't had time to reconnect with your loved one, it might be really a good idea to get a babysitter or ask friends or family to help you. I know it's kind of crazy with all of this restrictions and all of that kind of stuff that's been going on around the world. So I get that. But there maybe is some need here for a break from the normal responsibilities and duties and all of that, so that you can reconnect, because that's what it's feeling like. Let's just pull the cards out, and then I'll read from the book, and we'll see what Spirit has. Okay. All right, Spirit. Let's begin the 5-card spread for Taurus. Let's get one card that is representing where Taurus is at. So this is for your energy, Taurus. How you're feeling, where you're at in this relationship. Okay, thank you. Okay, you got the Chariot. Wow, that's pretty, I like that energy for you. That's Cancer's card. Okay, let's see what your partner's card is, what the energy is for your partner. Ooh, all right, Spirit. Ooh, gosh, cards are getting a little crazy. Oof, okay, what is happening? We've got so many cards. You know what, I think that was my fault, so I'm just going to ground myself again. Okay, Spirit. One card for Taurus's partner. All right. Wow. I don't get this. Why are all these cards coming out? Too many. I'm going to set these aside, because obviously the deck is really active right now. Okay, one card for your partner, please, Spirit. The Lovers, wow. Gemini card, maybe your partner is a Gemini. And you, maybe Taurus, have a little bit of Cancer in you. Doesn't have to be. Okay, now we're going to get one card, Spirit, for the relationship. Where are you guys? What is the status? Thank you. Queen of Swords, okay. And I'm just going to move that up here, and we'll get one for your past. 7 of Swords. And one for the future. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. 10 of Cups. For a couple, that is pretty powerful. And bottom of the deck is King of Cups. Okay, this might be a little bit of a longer read, Taurus, because Spirit wanted you to have these extra cards. So, bear with me. All right, we're going to start with the book. I'm going to just quickly look up Go the Distance. Hope you got yourself something to drink and just relax. If you don't want to watch it, maybe just put it on speaker. Because I got the feeling this is going to be a longer one. All right. It says, you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship. Well, no kidding. That can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs. And even strain, break yourself and are remade in new growth. I don't understand that sentence. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself and are remade in new growth. You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen to your heart. Isn't it magnificent? Well, that's beautiful. Wow, okay. And then we have Clean It Up. Clean It Up, number 21. Well, it feels like this is a deep committed relationship that you're in, Taurus, and one that can stand the test of time, as, you know, Go the Distance just spoke of. Okay, time to clear. Time to clean up. Time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff. I'll hold this up so you can see it. So that spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's a perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours, to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. Wow. Powerful, Taurus. All right. So this is really the energy I was picking up from. I feel like you and your partner have had a little bit of a disconnect, and perhaps it could have even been a little bit more, but we'll get into that as we move through here. But Spirit is saying, Taurus, that this union between you and your partner is a really beautiful one that can stand the test of time. It can go through the ups, it can go through the downs. And you have the strength and almost like the divine energy around both of you to really have exactly what you want. But it is time to clear out the clutter, to clear out the shit. If there is harsh feelings or things that have been done in the past that has hurt either you or your partner or both of you, it is really the time now to begin to clean that up and let it go so that the new energy can flow in. And I'm really going to start with your future card. It is a 10 of Cups. This is the best it can get in a relationship, really. This is two hearts coming together that love and adore one another. It's safe, it's secure, you each have each other's back, and you never give up on each other. And it is a beautiful balance, a beautiful harmony. It is really like both of you working so well together that you create this rainbow of love. So this is for your future, okay? So there is this need, though, I feel, that you and your partner are going to have to start making yourselves a priority if you have not. You may have children. You both may have hectic careers going on. You may be struggling to pay some bills, all of that, or it could be all of that. But there is this reading is definitely indicating that there has been some kind of stress on the two of you that has probably hurt the relationship somewhere along the line, and you both may be carrying the baggage of it. And it is saying here from Spirit that it is time to work through it. Time to let it go. Time to look at what no longer is helping the both of you so that you can be free of it, dropping the shackles. Because the 10 of Cups, you are free. It is the two of you being very, very free and just being in love with one another again. That really deep, solid union of two people, two beautiful souls that have come together because you're meant to be together. And, and a lot of times, Taurus, in truth, when that is the case, when you find your soul partner, you can actually go through a hell of a lot of hard times because the divine knows that you can make it through it, even if it feels at times that you can't. How do I say this, Spirit? It's like you can there can be a couple out there that are together and it looks like they've got all their shit together, right? But if they're not meant to be, the smallest little thing can tear them apart. Whereas this energy I'm picking up from this reading, Taurus, is like you and your partner have what it takes to really get through even the darkest times. It is just really important here, though, I think, to start opening a new book. So let's begin here. When I look at the 4 cards that came out spontaneously from Spirit, there's 2 kind of energies going on here. We have, I'll start here, the 4 of Pentacles. So either you or your partner, both of you, you're holding on to some shit. This is holding on. Almost like, we can get stuck in those ruts that when we start to get resentful, there's things that have happened and we kind of can't let go of them. We don't even sometimes realize that we're holding on to them. And that really does affect our relationships. It really does. It's almost like if you're holding on to anything that's negative that has happened in the past, but you haven't quite, maybe you've forgiven, but you haven't quite forgotten, that kind of energy, or your partner, one of you is feeling that way, maybe both of you. This can really start to poison the relationship. We also have the 9 of Swords, which says that there's been a lot of despair going on. There's been a lot of struggle going on. This is not really being able to sleep. This is completely feeling just kind of devastated and unsure what direction to go in. Then we have the Page of Swords. So it feels like there is also, that's why I said there's two different energies coming out. Page of Swords is like thinking of a new way to handle this, a new way to do things, a new idea, getting some new clarity, some new thoughts in your mind. Can even be like trying to do some different techniques to communicate a little bit better. And then along with that, we have the Three of Pentacles, is working together, collaborating, not just one person doing all the work, but working together. And it also is could be speaking of getting some counseling or, getting some outside help here with the card that says ask for help and ask for and accept support from others. Maybe this is the energy that you're needing to embody. Maybe there is a need to go to some kind of therapy, some kind of counseling to help you guys bridge whatever has kind of kept a little bit of this. I'm really kind of picking up on some kind of resentment here. Because we also do in the past, we have the Seven of Swords. And Seven of Swords is a pretty heavy energy. This is kind of like sneakiness, not telling the truth on everything as well, especially in a relationship. Because as you can see, this guy is trying to get away with stealing a bird, and he doesn't want anyone to know that he's stealing, right? So this card is representing in the past. It's kind of making me feel like perhaps there was a little bit of dishonesty somewhere in your relationship. I'll pull a clarifier on it to see if we can dive a little bit deeper what that could be. But that being in the past, it does feel like there was something that was probably very hard to get over. For some of you, there might even have been, maybe even like, I have to say, maybe a third party. It doesn't mean it was a full affair or anything like that, but there might have been something that just brought in this feeling of untrust. Because that's the energy I'm picking up from Seven of Swords here, is like not being able to trust in your partner, or your partner not being able to trust in you, Taurus. But this is representing the past here. But I feel like this is still being held on to. And hence why if you want this relationship to really work and stand the test of the time, which Spirit says that it is very possible here, especially also with Go the Distance, there is a need for some healing to be brought in. You're represented by the Chariot, Taurus. And the Chariot is Cancer. Now, when we think about Cancer, this is like the energy of being protective and very loving and nurturing, because it's a water element. But the Chariot is also about like being in your own driver's seat, being able to take control of things once again, and having power to move forward in the direction you wish, and quite fast. It feels very passionate, this card right now to me. It's feeling like there's a determination you have in order to, you're very determined to help heal this relationship in whatever way that there has been some tough things that have happened. Your partner's card is represented by the Lover, so that's Gemini now. And so this is that energy of obviously being a couple, two people that are very much like connected to one another, a deep relationship, deep bond, deep love. It can also be a choice though. It used to be called the Choice card. So I'm wondering, for some of you, your partner might be, maybe they're trying to figure out what they want, because it's two different energies here. When we look at the status of your relationship, it is represented by the Queen of Swords. So I feel here that there is a little bit of coldness between the two of you. Queen of Swords is a strong energy. It is, all the things that go on in our mind, how we communicate and talk and all of that. But it is also the energy of being a little bit more colder, because it's the logic. It's the air element, right? And so it's not so emotional. And the Queen of Swords is quite sharp with her words and with how she expresses herself. So this being in the position of the two of you, your status of your relationship, kind of feels like maybe you both have been shutting each other off a bit. Maybe not being as loving to one another. Maybe not knowing how to be as loving to one another, especially if there's been something in the past that has been quite devastating to the relationship. You know, and I see that here. I do. I see it with the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, that there is this, something has happened. I don't know what it is. It's going to be different for everyone. But it is this kind of feeling where it's just like, ugh, it's not what you thought the relationship was going to be. But then on the other side of this, it's like, but you have, if you both want to save it and you want to work on it, you have everything available to bring it back around and really reconnect on such a deep, deep, deep level that will carry you both till the end of time, as it's said, right? But there's something that's got to be cleaned up here, Taurus. There's something in this relationship that needs to be looked at. If there is something like some kind of affair or some kind of lies that or truth that wasn't spoken, someone hurt you, or you might have, you know, hurt your partner, however this is, it could be a really great idea to get some outside help. See if you can get someone that is unbiased, you know, that can see the situation from an outside view, so that they can actually help you both to understand one another better and understand what this was and why it happened, and then be able to work through that. And I just feel like a lot of forgiveness may be needed here. The bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Cups. So this is asking you to both be emotional, but also grounded in your emotions. I hope that makes sense. Really allowing yourself to speak your truth and your feelings, but also allowing your partner to do the exact same, without judgment, without criticism, without you know, all of that kind of stuff. Like sometimes we can get into those games, and it's not even intentional most of the time. It's just like comes out from subconscious, where it's like, well, do you remember when you did this? Well, hey, that still hurts me. And you know, sometimes we can throw those wounds back up, and all that really does is, in the moment, it might feel good, but it really does kind of work to tear people apart a little bit more. And there's this feeling kind of like, you know, if you've ever had a pail of apples or something like that, and you have one rotten apple, you know, but all the other ones are fresh, if you don't remove that rotten apple, within a day, the other apples start to rot. So it's really important to clean things up here. I feel very much in February is the beginning where this can start to happen. The positive future looks like it looks beautiful as far as the future for you, for both of you. If you want this, right? It just feels very divinely orchestrated here. I'm going to see if I can get some clarifiers. I'm going to use my fountain deck still. I feel like I want to keep going on that one. Spirit, can you clarify, give us a little bit more insight to the 7 of Swords? What is that about? What is this kind of sneakiness, maybe betrayal? Could you give a little bit more insight to that for Taurus for February 2022? Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so, and the Magician. So I kind of am feeling that, I don't know how to, okay, Ace of Pentacles is, the energy I'm getting for clarifier here is that someone did want something new. Someone wanted something new, but wanted to be sneaky about it. Didn't want to be completely honest. And I think that's where it has left a little bit of pain here for both people. It does feel like your partner wants to be really connected to you and wants the love back. And I feel like you want it too with the Chariot. And I feel like you want this to happen quite fast, but there's still some kind of blockage in communication here. And I just feel that there's a need for you to really get a little bit of help. And if this isn't about, maybe this Seven of Swords isn't even that deep, maybe, but you know, with the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles here, it does feel like it's been painful. If you want this relationship, you and your partner agree that you want to make this relationship the best that it can ever be, 10 of Cups, don't be afraid to ask for some help. You know, we all go through things like this. And we're people. We make mistakes. We make errors. We hurt people that we love sometimes, not because we want to hurt them, but it happens. It is life. This is where we learn. And remember that we learn the most through the challenges that we get through. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try and pull another clarifier. Let's get a clarifier on the Queen of Swords, please. Spirit. For Taurus regarding this love reading. Can you clarify the Queen of Swords, please? One more shuffle. Queen of Cups. Okay, so there we go. That's your answer. I mean, you got 4 coins again on the bottom. So there is, you guys are, you're hurting each other right now. And it's really, but you guys have a connection. And so if you both want this, you have to let go of being right. And Taurus, this could be your partner wanting to be right, or, you know, place it where it might fit. But 2 people in one relationship, you know, everyone takes a little bit of ownership, regardless of what has happened. So Spirit is saying you guys are all being the Queen of Swords, kind of being cold, aloof to each other, not really giving your feelings, not expressing yourself. Perhaps you both have said, okay, we're going to move on from all this, but really in deep down inside, there's a resentment on both parties, and you're not really forgiving each other. So the way out of this is you get the Queen of Cups. Now that's clarifying the Queen of Swords. The way out of this is to actually start again. Queen of Cups is all about love, all about protecting each other, all about nurturing, and really expressing your love for one another. That is going to be the turning page here. That is going to be it. That is going to be the start to cleaning up whatever this is, getting rid of it and releasing it once and for all, so no one's holding on to it. And so that you both can find your beautiful rainbow together, you know? Because I'm really feeling that there's a beautiful connection here. But if the work isn't put into it, it isn't going to work, you know? We can't expect change if we don't make a change. So that is the energy I'm really picking up on this reading, Taurus, for you, for those of you that are resonating with this. You have all you need to be able to spend your life together and experience the beautiful things in life together. Maybe go back and remember where you both connected. What did you both connect on? Go back to the start. Start dating each other again. Bring the spark back in, but do it from a real honest place. No games, no operating from, you know, the wounded part. Try and release that. And if you need help, go get help. Go ask someone. And even if it's not a counselor, is there friends that you can talk about? Is there friends you can discuss this with? Is there family members that might be willing to listen? You know, at the same time, that can get a little dicey because it's you and your partner, and I don't know, like sometimes family and friends, they've got their own opinion. So it is sometimes best to get outside, like I said, unbiased advice from someone who is not invested, you know, other than to help you get back to where you once were. Because it looks like you guys were once very beautifully connected. Spirit is saying you can have it again, but it is going to take some work. And you're going to have to do a little bit of cleaning up. And everyone's got to take their own part in this. Whew, okay. I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. This is very interesting. Let's get a card out of the treasures from Tikashi and we'll close this reading out for you. All right, Spirit. Thank you. If you can get one more card, advice for Taurus. I'm going to take it. Purpose. And I'm going to keep going here. For February 2022, Purpose has come out, but I just feel like there's another one that needs to come out. Okay. Vulnerability. Exactly. The Queen of Swords is never vulnerable. She uses her sword. Oh, excuse me. She can be very cutting, like I said. She doesn't tolerate. She's not very soft and emotional, whereas the Queen of Cups is soft, is a safe place. So there's two cards that came out. Purpose is the first one. Feel a sense of purpose in everything you do. Know that you can learn your lessons and move on. Understand that everything has a purpose. You can learn from your past, but do not dwell upon it. Well, hallelujah. Is that not like clean it all up here? Wow, Spirit, thank you. Move forward with purpose, even when the direction is unclear. There is a higher purpose to everything. Excuse me. That is it. The higher purpose. I feel like you both are meant to be. It's just coming through here. So you need to clean it up. Clean it up. And we have vulnerability. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Do not fear it. To truly feel your aliveness, be aware of yourself and yet allow your heart to be open. Be vulnerable to the joys of life. Let them in. Do you need to feel vulnerable before you will allow support? Do not judge your feelings. Okay, so there we go. There is definitely a need for you, Taurus, to really allow yourself to be vulnerable. Ask for some help if you need it. You know, remember that life is all about lessons and learning, right? And that we can move on from our mistakes. We can. It does not have to be part of our future, and it does not have to be part of our relationship if we can learn to heal and let it go and move on to the better things that are waiting for you, evidently, here. Okay, Taurus, that is what I have for you. It is a beautiful reading. Even if it has started off in a not, even if there's shit, the shit can get cleaned up, okay? I'll leave it like that. Thank you again for joining me. I hope this was helpful for you. Take care, and we'll see you next time.